Yes, hello everyone. How are you all doing? Yes. Welcome back to our beloved channel. It's always the power of love, which is channeled to divine love. God is love. God is creation. God is feelings towards man. Yes. So our topic today is about love. Love has made so people to cry. So many people to break doors. So many people's hearts have been broken, while others are succeeding just because of love. Some are saying they are not lucky enough to fall in love. Others are saying that they will never fall in love again. Yet others are rejoicing. What can we say? Well, it's all about nature and revelation. It's all about God's love for man. People, let's not say that love was created for some few people. All love was not created for others. Let's not give that perspective to ourselves. Let's learn to focus. Let's learn to drive into the whole process. Do you know that so many people are just outside there? Others are suffering while others are rejoicing because of love. Do you know that there are so many people who have prayed to God, asking God so that they get someone? And when they get those people, guess what happens? They mistreat them, they leave them. Now let's have a story time. I'm going to tell you about a certain story, and you will tell me whether this person was right or not right. So, there is a friend of mine who came to me and she told me, Irene, please tell this story of mine to your YouTube people. They will gain from it, others will gain, and others will learn from my mistake. He told me that sometime back he was searching for a lady. So as he was searching, he came in Africa. And he said that coming in Africa, he didn't come that he wants to meet someone. No, he just came in Africa for vacation. So he went back, but on going back to Europe, like he felt something. He felt like as if his heart has remained behind. But he told me that you just can't talk to just anyone. Apart from having that fear inside you, you just can't know whether this person is right or this one. So he said that he went on a dating site, and when he went on that dating site, he listed everything he needed in a lady. And she told me that, Irene, I went ahead to list all the characteristics of a lady I want. So he said that this person is called Mark. Mark told me that, Irene, I went ahead to list down everything in the description on that dating site, specific dating site. And he went ahead to tell me that I even put my real pictures because I never wanted anyone to start questioning that who is this. So he told me that I went ahead to put every single picture of mine so that people can see that I'm very serious and interested. He told me that on his searching, he met different ladies online, ladies who were very beautiful, ladies who could show him everything if at all he could ask. But he told me, Irene, that's not what I wanted. I wanted someone who can love me, someone I can talk to, and I feel that touch. That is the person I wanted. So, my dear friends, Mark told me that he stayed and he spent years and years on those dating sites searching. And he told me that, do you know that it approached to 5 years when I'm still online searching for the one? And he told me finally he landed on a profile which caught his eyes. It was a lady who had posted while fetching water from a river just deep in the African village. The lady had stated all what he needed in a man. So he said that he went ahead with that lady and he had to send that lady a message, and that lady was called Mary. Then he's still called because he's called Mark. So he was like, I think we can match. So they talked, they changed numbers. Then on changing numbers, they started talking. And when they talked, Mark had to come to Africa to meet Mary. So when Mark went in Uganda so as to meet Mary, and on finding Mary was exactly the same person he used to see online, Mark says that he fell in deep love with Mary. Mary introduced Mark to different sorts of things, different sorts of African traditions. Mark says that she has never met someone like Mary. So they went ahead to organize everything needed for them to go back to Europe together. But things never worked out the way he wanted because they failed to give Mary a visa. So he went back alone, and on going back alone, he used to call every day, every night. So I asked him, so did that first time, did you guys share the goodies? When I talk about the goodies, you know what I mean, you people. So Mark said, he first deceived me. And he told me, Irene, hey, there is no way you can share the goodies like before knowing the girl's family. Then let alone he told me that, do you know that when we were almost separating ourselves from each other, because of the deeper connection we started sharing, we ended up sharing the goodies. Yeah, that's what he told me. Then afterwards he went back to Europe, and on going back to Europe, he left Mary in Africa crying. But Mark told me that though he was in America, but his heart was left in Uganda. His heart was left in Africa, somewhere longing and waiting for Mary. So Mark went back to America, but he was so excited, you people. He started telling his friends that, do you know that you people, online dating is good? Do you know that on online dating you can get someone? Like whenever he could go to work, he couldn't spend a day minus calling Mary to ask how Mary is doing. But you people, guess what? Mark couldn't spend like even 4 months in America. He just had to rush back to Uganda, to meet Mary. So when he came back to Uganda, he went to Mary's family because in Uganda we have what we call introduction ceremony. So that introduction ceremony, it's like you take a bride price for the lady you want to marry. You go, they tell you that you should bring this, and this. And the reason as to why they are doing those things, it's like now in Uganda, traditional like introduction ceremony, the father of the girl requests for different things in order for you to take her girl away from him to marry her. Remember that ladies do a very great job like in starting up a family. So when you pay this bride price, that girl belongs to you permanently. So Mark said, I'm not going to pay those things. So what do these things mean? It's like I'm buying Mary. No, I just love Mary. In America, we don't have these things. So why here in Africa? So the father told Mary, explain to your boyfriend. So Mary told Mark about the Bible, how even the Bible talks about it, how Joseph worked for years and years in order to pay the dowry for the lady he wanted. So anyway, Mark told me that, Irene, I got to understand the real meaning of a dowry. And with that dowry, when you try to spend with this person good time together, like when you start a family with this person, you can't even treat this person badly. You can't cheat on this person because what you give out is much more than what you expect. Then I told him, what do you mean? Then he laughed and he said, what you should just know is that love has no limit. Then he told me that after that, they went back to Europe together. They started up her family and everything was moving on smoothly. But Mark had a friend. That friend of his was called Samuel. Samuel always told Mark that, why did you get a lady from Africa? There are ladies all around here. You could have told me. I could have got a lady for you. That lady only wants your money. So this Samuel started poisoning Mark's mind. So something which began sweet between Mark and Mary started fading away with time. So Mark told me that by the time it started fading away, they had 2 kids together. One was 13 years and another one was 20 years by then. Then Mark told me that he used to come back home, beat the wife, tell the wife, that's why you told me about the dowry, that's why I paid it, that's why I did this and this, you are thieves. So what the lady did, she was heartbroken, my dear friends, because Mark told me that one day that girl of his, the wife, went to his workplace to surprise him with gifts. And guess what Mary found at Mark's workplace? Mary found Mark in his office kissing and having goodies with another girl. She felt disappointed. She felt very bad. She sat down and cried. And do you know what happened next? Because she felt like surprised. Do you know when someone is surprised? That's what she felt. And Mark told me that she saw her coming to the workplace, Can you imagine, you people? So afterwards, this Mark went ahead and continued the goodies stuff with this workmate of his, while Mary marched out of the office crying like a baby. You know, you people, when you feel disappointed, when you feel like you love someone so much, but all this person, what he gives you is disappointments. All what this person gives you is empty promises. How can you react if it was you? Then let alone you say that I love this person, his beatings will always be romantic to me. However much he beats me, I'll just feel his touches. Do you know how you can feel about it all, finding out that your man is cheating on you? Do you know how you can feel finding out that your heartbeat, the apple of your eye, is just messing around with other people? Do you know how you can feel? So Mark felt really very bad. Mary felt very bad, felt disappointed. Then Mark came back home and had to beat her. Mark told her, "Why did you come to my office? What brought you, you crazy girl, to my office?" So Mark started beating her. Mark started pulling her hair, and Mark told her that this hair of yours is just even artificial. Let me just trim it off so that the next hair which grows, it has to be natural, like people of this side are. So Mark himself told me that, Irene, I made Mary pass through a lot. And to make matters worse, Mark told me that whenever he could go back to his workplace, that Samuel could tell him different sorts of words, could disorganize his mind, and he could still come back home, fight. He could come back home, attack the wife. Those are the things he could do best at home. So time came whereby Mary couldn't manage anymore, and Mary had to leave that place. And Mary decided to come back to Africa. And when she came back to Africa, she decided to come back to Uganda. She had to leave the family, the kids with the dad, and just came back. So Mary, on coming back, do you know what happened, you people? Mark felt really very bad after Mary leaving. He felt his heart was empty. He started feeling different sorts of things, and the friends who used to give him advice started laughing at him. Samuel laughed and told Mark, "Why did you leave the wife? What happened?" Do you know, like when someone is trying to do something, like laughing at you because you have failed, because you are a typical failure. So that's what happened to Mark. Then afterwards, after some time, as Mark was there, Mark discovered our channel, and he started telling us, narrating to us. Then he told us that his heart was left in Africa. His heart was left in Africa. He told us that there are mistakes you do, but the mistake he did is unforgivable. Mark told us that he has crossed oceans He has crossed mountains, rivers without fearing anything. He has crossed seas just to see that at least she finds a space in her heart to forgive him. For the sake of the kids, if at all not for him. He told me that, Irene, love is like something you can hold, something you can pray with, but when it goes forever. Because he told us that now it totals up to 20 years since they separated, since they left each other. But every morning, every day that closes by, he feels wounds in his heart. He told me that, Irene, there is only one thing you go with when you die, and that is love. The love for your beloved ones, the love for your wife. He told me that these days he sees himself like dying very softly, inside and out. And he told me that last week on Friday, he sent a message to Mary, telling Mary that at least if at all you refused to forgive me, just come and you watch me as I die. So Mary also never responded to that message, and Mary just told him that start afresh. I too, I started afresh in Uganda, and life continues. Then Mark told me that's when he had to come back to Uganda still from America to check whether Mary, what she was saying is true, whether she can speak it in front of his eyes. So when he came back, still Mary had to hide as usual. And he says that they are now 20 years. 20 years of Mary hiding. Every day they try to talk. Yeah, so he told me, now, Irene, what can I do? You people, can you help me out? Can you reach out to Mary and you tell Mary how much I love her? The mistakes I did in our love story, in our love triangle, in our love moments. Can you really try to explain to Mary all the kisses we shared, the hoary kisses, the hoary love? Our kids miss her so much. Tell Mary all those things. But my people, hey, it's really a big job for me, because where will I start from after hearing all that conversation? You can try to guide me. You can try to guide your girl all the way out of this story. Yes. So anyway, what can I do? What can really be done? Yeah. So anyway, that was the story. But all what I need right now is your advice. What can I really do? And where to start from? What can I tell Mark? Because basing on this story, basing on Mark's story, Mark is the only person who did bad. Mark is the person who who decided to contact friends instead of being with their wife. Mark is the person who did the worst to the lady.
forget to comment, to subscribe, and to like on our YouTube channel.